Picture this. You're 67 years old, you just retired, and on your very first morning of freedom, you open your bank account. And your stomach drops, because the number you see is not enough, not even close. No second chances, no do-overs, just the cold reality that you worked 40 years of your life and somehow still ended up broke. That's not a nightmare. That's happening to real people, right now, in America. In fact, nearly 50% of Americans have less than $10,000 saved for retirement. Half of the country. And the scariest part? Most of them didn't see it coming. They thought they were fine. They thought Social Security would cover it. They thought they'd figure later never came. So today, we're going level by level, from $10,000 saved all the way to $1 million. We're going to talk about what each level actually means, what the real dangers are at each stage, and what separates people who retire free from people who retire scared. Stay with me, because one of these levels is... All right, level 1, $10,000. And look, if you've got 10K saved, okay, we're done celebrating. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. $10,000 will last you approximately 6 months in retirement, maybe less depending on where you live. That's not a cushion, that's a countdown clock. The average retired American spends around $4,500 a month. Rent or mortgage, groceries, medications, utilities, maybe a little fun. Gone, just like that. So 10K? That's not retirement. That's a long vacation that ends in panic. But here's where most people at this level go wrong, and I mean most people. They save the 10K, and then they stop. They put it in a regular savings account at some big bank, earning maybe 0.5% interest, pat themselves on the back, and go back to living life. Meanwhile, inflation, running at 3, 4, sometimes 5% a year, is quietly shrinking that money every single day. You're not saving money. You're slowly losing it while thinking you're being responsible. The other mistake? Treating 10K like an emergency fund and retirement savings at the same time. It can't be both. You need separate buckets. One for emergencies, 3 to 6 months of expenses, and one that you never touch, ever. At this level, your mindset is everything. You are not saving for a number, you are building a habit. You are rewiring how you think about money. Because the people who retire with $1 million didn't start with $1 million. They started exactly where you are right now, and they refused to stay there. $100,000. The 6-figure milestone. I'll be honest with you, getting here is hard. It takes years of saying no. No to the impulse buys, no to the lifestyle upgrades, no to yourself over and over again. If you're at 100K, that's real discipline. Give yourself credit. But now I need to tell you the thing most people at this level don't want to hear. You are not safe yet. Here's why. $100,000 using the standard 4% retirement withdrawal rule gives you $4,000 a year. That's $333 a month. You can't live on $333 a month. Nobody can. And yet, this is the exact stage where people start loosening up. They see 6 figures in their account and something in their brain says, okay, they upgrade the car. They book a nicer trip. They start spending just a little more because, hey, they've earned it, right? That's the 100K trap, and it kills more retirement futures than anything else. But wait, here's the flip side, and this part is actually exciting. At $100,000, compounding starts working for you in a way that's almost hard to believe. If you invest that 100K and average a 7% annual return, which is historically very reasonable for a diversified index fund, in 10 years, you have over $196,000 without adding a single extra dollar. In 20 years, nearly $387,000 from the same 100K. That's not a get-rich-quick scheme. That's just math. Time doing the work for you. But here's the catch. That only works if you leave it alone. The moment you dip into it, you're not just spending that money. You're spending every dollar it would have grown into. Stay hungry. Stay consistent. This is not the finish line. This is the starting pistol. Before we go to the next level, we need to talk about the 2 tools that make all of this possible. Because if you're not using a 401k and a Roth IRA right now, I need you to stop whatever you're doing after this video and fix that. A 401k is a retirement account tied to your job. Every paycheck, money goes in automatically, before taxes even touch it. That means you pay less to the IRS right now, and your money grows completely. Let's keep it simple, but here's the part that makes me want to shake people. Most employers will match what you put in, usually somewhere between 3% and 6% of your salary. You contribute 3%, they add another 3%. That's 100% instant return on your money. Day one. If your company offers a match and you are not taking the full match, you are literally handing back part of your paycheck every single month. Now, the Roth IRA works differently. You put money in after taxes, but when you retire and pull it out, not a single dollar of tax. Zero. It grows tax-free, it comes out tax-free. When you're withdrawing hundreds of thousands in retirement, that tax-free status is worth a fortune. In 2024, you can put up to $23,000 into a 401k and $7,000 into a Roth IRA per year. Max them out if you can. If you can't, do what you can, but use them. Because without these tools, you're climbing a mountain in flip-flops when everyone else has boots. $500,000. You log into your account, you see that number, and for the first time in your life, it actually feels real. Like retirement isn't just some distant fantasy anymore. It's actually possible. And it should feel good, because $500,000 puts you ahead of the vast majority of Americans. The median retirement savings in the US, meaning the middle of the pack, is somewhere around $87,000. You're lapping people. You've done something genuinely impressive. But I have to be straight with you, because this is the most dangerous level of all. Not because the money isn't enough, but because it feels like enough. And that feeling, that false sense of security, is where retirement dreams go to die quietly. At $500K, using that 4% rule, you can safely withdraw $20,000 a year. That's $1,666 a month. Think about your life right now. Your rent or mortgage, your car payment, insurance, groceries, utilities, a dinner out once in a while. Does $1,666 a month cover that? For most Americans living in most American cities, no, it doesn't. And here's the other thing people at this level forget. Healthcare. The average retired couple in America will spend over $315,000 on healthcare costs alone during retirement, not including long-term care, not including anything unexpected. That number has wiped out $500K growing at 7% adds $35,000 to your account in a single year. Without you, that's more than a lot of people make working full-time. But the comfort trap is real. The people who stall here, who say, I'll coast for a little while, they're the ones who end up short at 68, wondering what went wrong. Don't be that person. You're so close. Keep going. $1 million. Say it slow. Let it sink in. You built something that most people only dream about. You sacrificed. You showed up. You stayed disciplined for decades when everything around you was screaming at you to spend, spend, spend. That is not luck. That is character. But now I need to give you the reality check that most people don't want to hear once they hit this number. Is $1 million actually enough to retire on? It depends. And for a lot of people, it's barely enough. The honest answer, here's the math. 4% of $1 million is $40,000 a year. Add the average Social Security benefit, around $18,000 to $22,000 a year, and you're looking at maybe $58,000 to $62,000 in annual retirement income. In a low cost of living state, you can work with that. In California, New York, Florida, you might be stretching every single month. And then consider this. If you retire at 62, your money needs to last potentially 30 years. Inflation will cut the purchasing power of your dollars roughly in half over that time. The coffee that costs $5 today costs $9 in 20 years. The medication that costs $200 a month today could cost $400. That $40,000 in 2045 doesn't feel like $40,000 anymore. And the biggest killer at the $1 million level isn't bad investments. It's lifestyle creep. The moment people feel wealthy, they live wealthy. Nicer home, more travel, helping the kids buy a house, spoiling the grandkids. All beautiful things, all completely capable of draining $1 million faster than you ever thought possible. The people who make it, and I mean really make it, who retire at 65 and still have money at 90, they're not the ones who made the most. They're the ones who stayed the most disciplined, who kept living below their means even after they didn't have to, who treated every dollar with respect even when they had a lot of them. That's it. That's the whole secret. So let me ask you something, and I want you to actually think about this, not just scroll past it. What level are you at right now? Not where you want to be, not where you plan to be by now, where you actually are. Because here's what I know about the person watching this video. You care. You're thinking about your future. You're not okay with just winging it and hoping it works out. That already puts you ahead of most people. But caring isn't enough. Watching videos isn't enough. You have to move. Check your 401k contribution today. Even bumping it up by 1%, one single percent, can add tens of thousands of dollars to your retirement over a career. That's not theory, that's math. Open a Roth IRA if you don't have one. It takes 15 minutes online. 15 minutes that could mean a tax-free retirement. Automate your savings so you never have to rely on willpower. Pay yourself first, before the bills, before the fun, before anything else. Because retirement isn't really about money. It's about what money buys you. Options, peace, the ability to wake up one morning and decide how you spend your day, not because your boss said so, but because you built that freedom for yourself. You deserve that. Your family deserves that version of you. So, whatever level you're at right now, commit to getting to the next one. Start today, not Monday, not next month, today. And if this hit home for you, drop a comment below and tell me what level you're at. No judgment. I read every single one. And I'll see you in the next